Hey there everybody, this is Svenchen welcoming you back for more Lufia 2. In the last episode, we took care of a lot of stuff, and we left talking to Iris for, right now. So, let's get to it. Iris, why are you here? I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? Yes. I wanted to ask you something. Well, if it's okay, I'd like to be alone with you. It's not okay. I didn't ask you, I asked Maxim. I said no, so the answer is no. You don't trust Maxim, is that it? Is the bond between you so weak? That's not true. Why don't you prove it to me? What? South across the ocean stands the city of Derail. The Tower of Truth is west of the city. There, you can see the truth. I'll be waiting. If you have the courage, come see me. Who does she think she is? Iris seemed different. Definitely not her usual self. Do you know her that well, Maxim? You're quite the flirt. No, it's not like that. Maxim, are you by any chance... Not you too, Selan. Don't be silly, okay? She's not being silly, Maxim. People can change, you know. Artea? He just added fuel to the flames. Deep. Elves' jokes are really deep. Maxim, we're heading for Derail, alright? Nowhere else. Okay. Well, that should add some spice to their marriage. Okay, so basically, in order to get to Derail... Oh, actually, before we go there, I should probably take care of my equipment first. What's the fastest way to the temple? I think it's somewhere over here. Close enough. I will do it inside. So this is... Oh, crap, we're not even at Derail. We're still in Barnon. Hello, wake up. So anyway, Derail is over here, and I remember now we actually have quite a bit of stuff to do over there. Well, not quite a bit, but... Okay, so first of all, in the comments of my Egg Dragon video, I talked about using the egg ring, but general consensus seems to be that using the egg ring is way too easy, so instead I'm going to use some of the swords that I got last time, like the free sword for Selan, even though it decreases her attack power. And I'm going to equip the boom sword on Guy instead of the great axe, again, for the IP. I mean, I guess it spices up the game a little bit. I mean, it's not very difficult anymore, so we may as well make it a bit of a challenge. Right over here, though, we definitely want to get something, and that's the spell Zap for... No, not for Maxim, for Artea. Destroys an instant kill spell, has about a 50% chance of working on a single enemy, I think. Maybe it's 80%, I'm not sure. In my opinion, though, it's the odds of it working aren't good enough to actually warrant using it. I mean, you could, technically, if you wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. And also, let's see what capsule monster we have right now. We have Gusto. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let's keep it on Gusto for a little bit longer. So anyway, I'm going to be using these two swords because, well, makes the game a little bit more interesting. That was a level up for Gusto, always nice to have. Okay, now this tower gives me nightmares. Well, not always, but sometimes it gives me nightmares. Let's see, we have a hammer that'll make going through here a little bit easier. Actually, oh wait, this is one of the rooms where I have to come back later. I believe there's a lot of really... I mean, this tower probably has the worst puzzles in the game. And by worst, I mean they're just the most difficult. But, I mean, they're not impossible to solve or anything. They're just kind of tricky. Trickier than usual. And there's so many of them. Especially, there's one or two puzzles in particular that really stand out. I mean, they're not technically very difficult or anything. It's just that, well, they take a while to solve because the systems that they operate on are kind of intricate. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do simultaneously, and you have to keep several things in mind, and you have to figure out the inner workings of the puzzles before you're able to actually continue on. It's actually very interesting. It's really good game design. I mean, that's what I love about Lufia 2. It's that you have all these different elements. You have like a little bit of, well, not exactly platforming, but you have like the Zelda-style overworld adventure game. Oh wait, that's another route altogether. And then aside from the Zelda gameplay, you also have a little bit of, I suppose you could call it Pokemon. I mean, you have the capsule monsters, and essentially they act a little bit like Pokemon. I mean, you have to train them separately. They can evolve, and they have different types that they're strong and weak against, and they can learn various attacks, and I mean, it just makes the game so much more interesting, don't you think? At least that's what I found so appealing about Lufia. It's there's always these different game elements, and they're very well implemented too. I mean, the Zelda elements are sometimes tricky enough that it takes you a while to solve them. And, I don't know, it's just... I guess that's one of the reasons why it's such a favorite game of mine. I'm not really sure where it's supposed to go here. I'm just going on these random paths. I suppose you could just fall down here. I think that's what you were supposed to do. And it does all of these elements very well, too. I mean, it's not like the Zelda elements feel really tacked on or anything. I mean, the puzzles actually are quite tricky on occasion. I mean, they're not always really difficult or anything, but... Here we have a Super Sword. I'm not really sure what that one does. Or who can equip it. Super Sword. What does it do? It's Holy Energy. A sword with special power from a goddess. Selan's the only one that can equip it. But she's using the free sword right now, so... And I think, well, we don't really need Holy Energy right now. And I mean, aside from the platforming, you have all these other elements that you can do. I mean... Oh, crap, why am I... Now I'm just wasting time. Wait, this is not where I'm supposed to go. Alright, see, that's what I mean. There's different things in the game that you can do. And you have to master all the various elements before you're really able to beat it. I mean, and I suppose you can just look at an FAQ in order to solve the puzzles for you, but that to me is kind of counterproductive. I mean, it's not what the game is about. I mean, the puzzles are there to actually they're there to prevent you from continuing on, and I'm pretty sure there's something here that I missed. Actually, no, there's not. Not yet, anyway. I believe you have to go to this floor first, and then solve these puzzles. This is the 4th floor. Yeah, this is where you're supposed to go first. Okay, so this puzzle had me stumped before. I mean, basically the order is, let's see, it's 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. Then you go to this room, and you go 3, 2, 4, 1. Then use the hook shot to get number 5. And that puzzle had me stumped for so long. I mean, I always thought that you had to actually solve that puzzle in the same room, and that the door was closed. So, as I tried to solve the puzzle, it didn't occur to me that you actually have to go through the door, and that's where you have to solve the puzzle. Alright, anyway, in this little bit, there's a pot, and there's this crate, and depending on what you put where, various doors open. The side where the crate is, that's where the door will open, and that's a mimic. But luckily they go down very easily. I'm not really sure what's out here. That goes back. Okay, good to know. And I mean, aside from the platforming, I mean the adventure element, you also have the combat system. I mean, it's not all that intricate if you think about it. It's just a turn-based combat system, which these days you don't really find anymore. I mean, I guess nowadays most games have evolved beyond the simple turn-based combat, but I don't think that's really a fair thing to say for Lufia, that it may not be a good game because it has turn-based combat. I mean, because basically, back in the day, most RPGs on the Super Nintendo had turn-based combat, or at least many of the popular ones, even games like Breath of Fire, all of the Final Fantasy games. And I mean, it's Lufia actually takes them in a new direction, I think. Let's see, we got Ghost Clothes. I'm not really sure what else we got. Was it a sword that we got? Crap, I have to check the inventory. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do in this game, but one of the... Oh, it's a ghost ring, right? That was it. I mean, Lufia has this unique thing with the IP that I don't think you really found that anywhere else back in the day. What does it do? Raises magic resistance to insane degrees. I guess we can give that to Guy. He's the only one that's like low. Okay, well, everyone with a bit of magic resistance. I mean, the IP system is really kind of unique. I mean, it sucks that you have to get hit before you can use those attacks. But at the same time, it provides the game with that really interesting mechanic that every game needs. I mean, the turn-based combat isn't even bad or anything. It's just, it was so common in the day. But I think Lufia really did something unique with it that other games can learn from. And in fact, they did. And Lufia itself learned a fair few things. Okay, now this is one of the worst puzzles in the game, or like maybe not one of the worst, but definitely one that annoyed me the most. Basically, here you have to... I'm not sure if this is where you have to go, but there's a whole intricate system of these little bridges here that you have to form. And you have to walk around several times before you're actually able to solve all of this. I'm not sure if you're... I'm probably still not doing it right. No, I'm still not doing it right. I'll have to check this out again. Let's see. Okay, we'll take it one more from the top, and if I don't solve it, then we'll have to actually figure out a different way to do it. I believe maybe you have to put this one over here, and that's the way you solve the puzzle. See these boxes, this room, it's one of the coolest puzzles in the game, technically speaking, but it's also one of the more annoying ones. I mean, if you don't know how these switches all work, you can spend minutes in here. Like, I think the longest time I ever took to solve this puzzle was like a half hour. So once you get that down, you push this switch over to that one, and that creates another network of switches that you have to push. Or actually, you still have to go back, right? Oh yeah, this is really something. Is this where you just put this one down over here? Oh yeah, I remember now how this one works. So basically there's more to it. You even have to use the bomb to blow up the crate in a minute. So I guess you use this one, and you put that one on the switch over there. Then you put the crate over here, and then you can... I guess no, you need that. I need that for a while. Okay, so now you push the block over to the top. I don't even remember how this goes exactly. I just did it, like, not too long ago. I had to... Oh yeah, I remember now. And this is where you bomb the crate, and then you can walk over to the other side, and you destroy the bomb, and it solves itself. Let's see. And this is the key, I believe. Yes, the truth key. You have to wonder about some of those key names. I think truth key sounds a little bit, I don't know, crazy. I mean, in RPGs, usually items like that are called like the something of something else, so it should have been the key of truth. Somehow that sounds better than truth key, in my opinion. And why am I putting down bombs? And why am I always taking the long way with that stupid menu shortcut thing? Oh well, at least we have our key now, which is pretty much the end of the tower. Although that took me long enough, if I'm honest. Okay, 2 fourth battles in a row. Damn, that was unlucky. Oh well. Not like it mattered. Ah, crap! You know, it's kind of funny. Every time that I make one of these videos, I have to actually check all of it to... come on. Okay, it's enough with the random encounters now. Come on, yeah. Okay, as I was gonna say, basically in this game... let's see, how does this one work? I'm not even sure what you have to do in order to be able to go back. I'm pretty sure you just have to open these switches or something. Or just put the pots over there. Was that it? Yeah, that was it. So yeah, like I was gonna say, one thing that's really annoying about this particular game, as far as editing goes after I record one of these episodes, is that I have to go through it in order to check which battles I have to remove, and like other editing that needs to be done, like speeding up certain sections where I've been goofing around, or, you know. And I noticed that every time that I run into a monster that I don't want to fight, the first thing, and usually the only thing I say is, "Ah, crap." And then I stop talking for the battle because I already know that I'm going to cut it out. But maybe I should try to think of something else to say instead of, "Oh crap," every time I run into a random battle. Oh, that actually worked. Huh, lucky. I mean, I don't want to swear too much. I love swearing, don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, up there, this is basically just a save station in case you need to save, but the upcoming boss battle is kind of easy. Okay, I don't know why I stopped talking there. I mean, it's only one enemy. Okay, make your way, little monster. Basically, I've been saving up all of my IP for the boss battle, which is right over here. So, I can show you all the various attacks that these weapons have that I just picked up. So, here we are. I'm here, Iris. The mirror of truth lies through this door. The mirror of truth lies through this door. Haha, pun intended. If the feeling you have for Maxim is real, your figure should appear in the mirror. In a minute. First, what was it you wanted to ask Maxim? What Maxim feels for you and you for him. Do you really love each other? My feelings for Maxim are true. Maxim, how about you? Would you like to go in, Selan? Yes. Why do you deliberately try to push them into a corner? Who are you? I am Artea. Elf, aren't you? Yes. I live longer than humans and sense certain patterns of energy that humans cannot. She doesn't like that. Would you answer my question? I'm not trying to push him. I just want to know the truth. The truth? Yes, the truth. It's my mission to know the truth. So that's a mirror of truth, huh? Maxim, I'm sorry for getting you involved in all this mess. Selan, you trust me, don't you? Of course I do. I trust you too, but here I am just because Iris said something that... It's so funny. I trust the words of my beloved, yet the words of a stranger bother me. Selan, even if your figure doesn't show in the mirror, I trust you. Thank you, Maxim. I'm so sorry. Why didn't I know that? You're so right. I would have lost faith in you if your figure hadn't shown in the mirror. How absurd. I trust you more than this shiny piece of untrustworthy mirror. Selan. Let's go back, Maxim. I know what I feel. Sorry to interrupt. Monsters are coming. Please get back. Well, at least our figures are pure. Oh, it's a couple of dragons. Alright, so these are really pathetic enemies. Actually, I'm probably... If I use Dragonfire with Maxim, they might all die in one turn. Which means Maxim will get to attack before anyone else, so I'm just going to target one enemy. Then Guy can use the Thunder Shriek, and Selan can use Arctic Freeze. And he doesn't have anything, so I guess... he can use... I mean, if he attacks, he might actually... let's just do it. He has his Arteus Bow, which hits everyone. Okay, well, that's one gone. Arctic Freeze, and then immediately after... Oh. Damn, that was a stupid IP attack. Oh, well, at least... Well, that's a boss battle in one turn. Gets a Holy Fruit. I actually thought that the attack that Selan would perform was something else, but I'm thinking of the Snow Sword from the Ancient Cave. They were nothing, really. You can say that again. But the mirror is broken. Well, this can't be used anymore. That's okay, too, I guess. Is it really? By the way, how about you two? Did you see yourselves in the mirror? We changed our minds. Isn't that right, Maxim? Yeah. Too bad. Speaking of mirrors, I don't see Iris anywhere. Yeah, where the hell did she go? Yeah, where is she? The monsters didn't get her, did they? Oh, right, you didn't know. She's strong. Her spells are awesome. Monsters can't defeat her. Is that so? Her spells are that strong? I guess something's up with her. She always suddenly appears and suddenly disappears. Suspicious. Let's go back to the village, Maxim. Yeah. So they just up and leave the mirror broken. They seem even closer than before. No, they've always felt that way towards each other. What the hell? My mission has ended. What mission? Oh my god, this is one suspicious woman. So she repairs the mirror for some reason. What the... There's no stopping. Only when one of them is no more can the answer be known. Isn't that right? Sir Eric? Eric? We've heard that name before. Okay, this is definitely weird and suspicious. My god. Oh well, you can't even go in this door anymore. I mean, you can't go back to the mirror. But we know that Maxim and Selan appeared there, so... Anyway, after having gone through that ordeal, I guess basically that's it for this episode. There's really not much else that we have to do here. The next part requires us to go to another place, the Island of Chade. We'll go there next episode, and there's a mountain there, a dungeon with a puzzle that's called the world's most difficult trick. And that's not a lie, that's actually true. If you don't know the solution to that particular puzzle that I'm talking about, assuming that I can even find it in the dungeon, I mean, I think you have to solve a puzzle to get to the puzzle. But if you don't know the solution to that one, it can take you upwards of... Well, it can take you hours to solve it. Like, one time I spent the afternoon with some of my friends, and essentially it took me like... There were 4 of us, and after 2 hours we still were no closer to actually solving the puzzle, so we had to look it up. But of course, I'll do that beforehand. And anyway, we've been going on for quite long enough, so we'll save here, having completed the Tower of Truth, and I'll see you in the next episode, and that's when we go to Chade. I mean, the lady in the back looks really happy. Did something happen? Well, kinda, I guess. I mean, this is the guy that gives you the clue. The woman came a while ago and took off towards Chade. Business, I suppose? Yeah, with these people, it's always business. Anyway, once more, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time for more Lufia 2. We're getting really close to the final stages of the game now, and take care.